Can you hear me? Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Jeremy Kay from Screen Daily, and welcome to this panel today as part of the Cannes Streamers Forum. And we're going to be talking about Amazon Spain today. And I'm delighted to be joined by Maria Jose Rodriguez, who is the head of Spanish Amazon Originals at Amazon Studios. MJ, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the outline of the session. So MJ and I will talk for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to have two filmmakers who are coming up to talk about the Amazon Spain Originals movie Awareness. We'll show a clip from that. We'll talk a little bit to the guys, and then we'll have about 15 minutes at the end for your questions. Please, no pitching. But if you do want to talk about your projects, we can connect you to somebody from Amazon Spain at the end of the session. All right, so MJ, a little bit about you. MJ joined Amazon in 2020 from Movistar Plus, where she was content director for the channel Zero, overseeing many areas and worked on titles like La Resistencia, Leitmotiv, Radio Gaga, El Puente, and El Cielo Puede Esperar.
That's it.
Excuse my pronunciation. Previously, MJ oversaw local production for TV channels, including Discovery Max, where she worked on Amazonas Clandestino, El Mago Pop, and Wild Frank. She was also part of the team behind popular entertainment shows on Spanish free-to-air TV, including El Club de la Comedia, Noche H, MasterChef, and Sálvame. And Amazon Spain is about to debut its second local language movie this June, the young adult romance Culpa Mía from Copepsi Films, with Domingo González as director and screenwriter.
That's it. Thank you so much for that incredible introduction.
Right, so let's start, MJ. Just give us a broad overview first of Prime Video's position in the Spanish industry and how that has been evolving.
Well, the Amazon Studios Prime Video here in Spain, it's quite new, to be honest. It's like the team joined around 3 years ago. So we have been producing development shows and films since that moment on. We have a clear obsession, that is to show to the world how incredible creative producers and talent do we have, and industry do we have in Spain. So we focus all our development and all our production just on that. And we are doing it by working with creatives and producers from all the regions of Spain, trying to show the richness, the cultural richness that we have, and working with the best talents behind and in front of the cameras. But not just, when we talk about talent, we not talk just about the actors or creatives or established talent. We are talking about new voices. We are talking about big producers and small indie producers that are starting. And we are focusing mainly on telling incredible, unique stories that are born in Spain, but with the incredible opportunity to engage all the global customers that Prime Video has.
Okay, and then specifically with movies, tell us about the strategy of movies in Spain, how you're building that out, and what's the ambition there?
We have an ambition that, if you hear it, is like, well, what ambition? That it's entertain. Our ambition is entertain our customers and our audience, and that's the main focus for that. So if you take a look at each film that we have launched, development, or produce, you will think you're going for a specific audience. But if you take a look at the whole slate of the movies that we have, what you will find is that what is our main goal? That is, wherever you go to Prime Video, you will find something to watch, because we want you to entertain. So it doesn't matter the mood you have, because maybe you have a mood you need to have fun, then we will have an incredible comedy, as Mañana es Hoy, with Nacho García Velilla. If you have a mood of a guilty pleasure, you will have Culpa Mía, that it's coming on the 8th of June. But if you want to have a big movie, blockbuster, ambitious sci-fi, you will have Awareness. And that's our idea. We want to give something to everyone at every moment.
So I was going to ask if you prioritize any genre, but it sounds like not really, right? Something for everybody?
That's it. We don't prioritize any genre. We don't follow any trends. We follow the passion and the love of the creator and the story. So we know that in Spain, I mean, comedy works so well, thriller works so well, horror work so well, but we are focused on the idea, on the story, on the characters. That is where what we are much more putting all our focus on that, not on the genres.
Right, so when you are doing your business or you're traveling the world meeting people, you're not looking for any genre in particular, you're just talking to the filmmakers to tell their stories, whatever you think is the best way of expressing their artistry, yes?
That's it, absolutely. So, I mean, we know the genres that work, as I told you before. I mean, here in Spain, and we all know that comedy works so well. We know what our audience wants to watch. We know what probably the young adults prefer to watch, but at the end, it's all about stories. So what matters is the idea, the story. Not, I mean, you can have an incredible comedy, but if the story, the characters doesn't work, it's not going to work.
Right. So tell us a little bit about how filmmakers submit their work to Amazon Studios, and what are the next steps as you develop it and take it through to release? How does all that work?
Okay, so the first thing, I mean, I told you, we are a small team. For the movies, it's like we have Maria Contreras with us, that she is an executive producer for movies, and that's the team of movies. Maria and I and a coordinator, so we are a small team. So what we need to do is try to prioritize our timings and your timing. So what we usually ask is just send us a log line, send us the idea. So we will know if that idea has something that worked for us. So after that, we make a meeting with the creators, and they pitch us the story. So if we get in love, because this is something that we tell every time, we need to watch the passion, and this we will talk about later with the team of awareness. We need to feel the passion of the creator. We need to feel that this is the story that you have to tell the world. So if we get that, then we start what we call the development process. So we take the time to develop the idea. It doesn't matter the time. I mean, we don't put the development process is going to be 2 months. No, it depends on the show, the idea we have. We took the time, the idea and the project needs to develop. Once we are all the producers and the creators happy with what they have done, and we are happy what they have done, but we put the movie on greenlit, and then we start the usual process of pre-production, production, post-production, and everything.
Right. So obviously, but you're a small team.
Yeah.
Very small team
Very
at
small
the moment,
team.
as we've heard. And I want to hear a little bit about your input creatively. What value do you bring, does Amazon bring creatively to the productions?
Yeah, I mean, we are a small team, but something that makes us, I think, quite special is that all the team have been on the ground. Everyone that is part of the local original team in Spain have been on the ground. So we understand what the creators, the producers talk. I mean, we have the same language. So we don't want to say, or we are not so much, our part on the creative side is not very important. I mean, we want to give the creators the power. Is their idea, is their project. So what we do is we want to be like the great companions on the journey. So what we do is we gave them the tools they need to be able to produce the best idea. And I think that in somehow from the creative side, what is good is like having a voice out of the writing room, having a voice out of the post-production room, because sometimes we see something that the creator doesn't see. But it's such a collaboration between the creators, the producer, and us.
Yes. And then, do you want your local content, very Spanish content, does it need to have global appeal?
Not at all. I mean, we search for local content, for unique and different stories that engage our audience here. But what we have realized, I mean, I think everyone has realized, that it's not that a good story, a good character from here, from locally, it could engage globally through the emotions. And we have an incredible example with Argentina, 1985. It was such a local story that has resonated around the world. So what we do is the same, is we work to find local stories that could resonate around the world, because we have that opportunity to show the world the incredible stories and producers that we have here. But we don't work from that perspective. We work like, let's talk about that. Let's make this story work good, but we don't build the story to work.
Right. So it's that popular word, organic. It just grows out the way it is.
Because of the motions. I think at the end, it's the motions are global, so that's the thing that it's going to engage you.
Yeah, and MJ, you mentioned Argentina. Is there a connect? With Spain obviously co-produced a lot in Latin America. Is there a strong connection with Latin America and stories that appeal to that region?
Absolutely. I think that there's a strong connection, not just because of the language, that's the obvious thing. It's also because the things that, the emotions, are the way we connect and the way we understand. And we are so connected with the Latin team, and we work so very well together. And we try to find projects that work also in Latin America. For example, we just released on March our first season of Sin Huellas. That is a story that it was so resonated to the Latin team. So yeah.
Can you just tell us quickly what that is? That title? What is that movie? What's it about?
That was a series. And it was a story about two women. One they were cleaners. One was a Mexican immigrant, and the other one was a gypsy in Spain. And it was a thriller. They find a dead body, and everyone thought that they were the killer. So it was such a fast-paced series. But it was something that it's what we talk about in the same way as Argentina. It was something that happened here, but resonate there because of the characters.
Yes. Let's talk about theatrical. Do any of your films get a theatrical release, and what is the decision process that determines that?
The local original movies at the beginning from the first step, they are planned to be directly on our service. But the good thing from Prime Video is the flexibility we have, because we have a different type of models where we can fix. For us, it's so important, and the most important thing is what the movie needs. If we think that the movie needs to have a theatrical release, we will work on that. So for us, it's not. We are all the time open for that possibility.
Okay. Tell us some of the projects that you are most proud of so far.
I think that I'm so proud of all the projects that we have. I'm very proud about Awareness, the movie that we are going to be talking about, because it has what we always say. It has the risk of producing something that we're not very used to producing in Spain, because it's a high ambition sci-fi action movie, and in Spain we are not used to produce those type of genres, so it has that ambition. It has an incredible team, a producer company that we will be talking then, and a creator that are incredible, and the collaboration has been amazing. But all the shows, For Mañana So, it was our first movie, a comedy movie, and it had also all the that type of things that we talk that's a comedy of Nacho García Velilla. You will say, well, Nacho García Velilla is one of the best directors of comedy in Spain. What has this different to be a Prime Video and Amazon Studios local original? It has a twist of comedy mixed with sci-fi. Also, it has the best talent in front of camera. And then the other 2 weeks ago, we talked about the new releases that we are going to have, and we are producing Hildegard, that is a historical drama produced by Elástica and María Zamora, directed by Pablo Artiz. That is an incredible, real story of the first feminist in Spain that was no one know in the Spain of the 30s. So we really love, and we are so proud of it, because you can see what we talk at the beginning, the difference of each of the movie, the ambitious and all the type of genres that we have.
So last question, MJ, before we bring the filmmakers on, is how relevant is diversity for Prime Video, and how is that represented in your slate of movies?
It's absolutely one of our main focus and the things we work much more. And it's not just on our slate and on the movies and on the story we told, the story we tell, or the team in front of the cameras, or it's how we work, how we communicate, how we build the teams, how we protect the environment of the producers on the set, to be sure that the diversity inclusion is absolutely a main focus on our job.
Yeah. Okay, MJ, thank you so much for that. We're going to put that on pause for a moment. We're going to bring the filmmakers on stage. We'll see the the trailer of Awareness, and then we'll talk to the guys. So let's please welcome Marc Abela and Daniel Benmayor. Welcome, guys. And once you've taken your seat, we'll just cue the trailer, please, for Awareness.
El poder es lo que define el mundo en el que vivimos. Pero el poder real no lo compra el dinero.
¿Qué hago aquí?
Déjame que te lo muestre.
Quiero la fórmula que hay en tu sangre.
¿Qué fórmula? Tú no eres normal.
Hay que largarse de aquí. ¿Sabes pelear? Pues a qué esperas, ¿eh?
No me creo ni una sola palabra. Y yo tampoco lo haría.
Nice. Wow. Well, congratulations, guys. That looks great. Let me just quickly introduce you both. Daniel Benmayor is the director of Awareness. Daniel started his career making award-winning commercials for PlayStation, Coca-Cola, Lexus, Vodafone, among others. In 2010, his second film, Brook, distributed by Universal Spain and Temple, earned 12 Gaudi Awards nominations. He made the 2015 action thriller Tracers for Lionsgate and Temple Hill, starring Taylor Lautner. In 2020, he directed in Spain the Netflix original Extremo, which ranked #1 worldwide on the platform. And shortly after that, he directed and produced the teen series Welcome to Eden for Netflix, which also debuted at #1 worldwide. And Awareness is expected to launch this year on Prime Video, and it's produced by Federation Entertainment. And a few words about Marc Abela, which is the executive producer. Marc began his career in the film industry on the set of Empire of the Sun in 1986, leaving behind a promising career in drilling engineering. In 1994, after several years...
Wrong business.
Right. In 1994, after several years learning the trade, he and 4 partners formed their production company based in Madrid, producing, co-producing and servicing projects in Spain like Cold Skin, Tomorrowland, The Kingdom of Heaven, The Promise, Exodus and Sahara. Since 2018, he's been collaborating as an executive producer and production consultant for a range of national, international production companies, sharing his experience on productions like Las Niñas de Cristal, Awareness, Totems, and King Kong versus Godzilla. Guys, welcome. Daniel, I want to start with you. Tell us a bit about what Awareness is about.
Well, basically, Awareness is the story about a young guy that lives with his father on the outsides of the city. He's kind of hidden because he has this rare ability to create visual illusions on the minds of other people, right? So they survive based upon him making tricks on other guys. Now, the thing is that in one of their journeys to get some food and so on, these powers of him basically get out of control. They create a mess, and that triggers the alarm of the police. And obviously that hits another organization that was trying to find this guy for a long time. And basically that's the story about this kid that is being chased by 3 different organizations, and he's not well aware about where his potential is going, so he has to find out. And at the same time, he finds out that all his life has been a lie and that his father is not what he says he is, so there's kind of a thriller ingredient to that. And also, well, it explores the canvas of a sci-fi genre, which is not very common in the Spanish language. And he does it with the full potential and scope that MJ was talking about, because obviously there are smaller, contained sci-fi films. But something that we like to say is that we don't want to hide of what we are. We're a mainstream film. This is our ambition. I mean, it's a film that has a local appeal but deals with global concepts. So once you step into this kind of genre, you have to be well aware of what the expectations are with this kind of genre, and you need to find the right partner to support and to meet these expectations, right?
Thank you. So I want to hear a little bit about how the project came about, you know, how you got it going, and then how you came to work with Prime Video, with Amazon.
Well, the story, I've always had the idea of exploring the potential that mind powers have. Now, in this case, in this film, we have 3 sets of mind powers which appeal to different aspects of the narrative. One is creating visual illusions, which for us as a storyteller creates kind of an open canvas of what you can do with the visual side of the story. Then you have a second power, which is mind reading, which adds the ingredient of finding information, you know, the thriller aspect of the film. And then you have another one, which is mind control, which is kind of a combination of a psychological skill with a physical skill. No, you can control the body of an external people. You know, so that creates us, you know, a wide variety of mechanisms that you can explore throughout the movie within the emotional core of this kid trying to find his true origin, right? So you put all in that mix, and that's what we find was appealing to us. Now, the idea was who can, you know, accept this kind of challenge in terms of partner, because for us, obviously, as a filmmaker, once you decide to step into a film like this, you're going to spend 2-3 years of your life. You need to be sure that the people that are going to be walking with you through this adventure are fully committed with the story and with what entails a genre like this. You know, we were talking about expectations before. I mean, you need to find the right partners, and in this case, they were fully supportive of the idea, of the concept, of the risk it entails to do something that is not commonly explored in our film industry in Spain. And I think we can be super happy about what we got.
It's working out well, yeah. So you approached Amazon Spain, and this was, what, 2, 3, 4 years ago, something like this?
No, not that long, actually. It was around 2021. 2020, yeah. Yeah, there was actually, we were discussing another project with them, which, because of differences between the creators, we actually didn't end up doing them. And Danny came to Juan Solá and Nacho Manuel, the company directors, and he pitched this project to us, and it was like, well, this actually seems something that could fit very well with Amazon. So basically, we pitched it to them, and from there on, here we are.
And here we are, yeah. And as you've all said, you know, sci-fi is not such a common genre in Spain, so that was something of a risk for Amazon Spain to get involved in. What made you think, I'm going to do this?
Because we love risk for the very beginning. So what we love is being surprised at the very beginning, and work with people that feel the same as we do about ambition, about being different, about being unique, and all of that with the producers and creators that are able to do this, because we have to find the perfect mix for that. And we really love the idea and the scripts. So it was done.
There we go. Here we are. Guys, you've worked with, you know, some other streamers. Tell us about the process of working with Amazon Spain, and how has that differed from you know, working with other distributors in your career so far?
Yeah, from the creative side, I think that Mario Jose told us before, they are a small team. This for us is like a blessing. You know who you have to speak to. You know you can go chat them anytime. They're accessible. They do not do, I don't know, 20 films a year. They do a few films a year, which means that they really take care of what they're doing. And for us as filmmakers, this communication, you know, straight on. I mean, I can call Maria Contreras and say, let's go for lunch today. Okay, let's go. Let's chat about these things. You know, this proximity, this accessibility to you know, manifest the different opinions upon the script, you know, come to a common ground about certain aspects, be very clear on what is our expectation and what is their expectation towards the film, you know. Getting all these pieces together, I think it's only possible if you have this kind of close communication with them, as opposed to other places where obviously you do have communication. But I think that in this case, I mean, they are super accessible, they are super easy to communicate with, and you can see that they do have the same passion that we have. So that was very, very grateful for that. Yeah.
And on the production front, I'd say freedom, because once we established what the parameters of the film were going to be, they just let us get on with it, and that was very gratifying, I must say. I mean, obviously we kept, in close contact with the production entity, obviously, and with the finance as well. But freedom for me was actually key to actually get this film to where we wanted it.
Right, of course. So I want to know, let's talk a little about the effects and the action scenes, which is going to be a large part of what we will all see. How did that work when you were building those effects and those action scenes with Amazon Spain? Tell us about the collaboration, the freedom you had to do that, to build these sequences.
Well, I think that to me the main thing is trust. I mean, in a film like this where it explores visual concepts with such mental abilities and so on, I mean, you can write it down on a paper, but probably it's going to be much easier to see it than to express it in order to convince someone. So again, I mean, this is all about trust, and I think that this communication, what it does, this accessibility you have for them, it builds trust, and it builds a pipeline of faith, let's say. I mean, they do really understand what you want to do, and they do really support your vision. So at some point, it's challenging in terms of expressing or convincing, what you want to do. But I mean, once you get their trust, I think that it's like a highway, I mean, Danny, we fully trust you. Go to the end of the road, show us, and obviously they will have their thoughts and opinions. But I mean, I think that they give us a lot of free leash. Go and do your job. We trust you. Come back with a result, and then we'll talk about it.
And it's true that, I mean, this film has 1,100 visual effects shots in it, which is quite a few. 1,100. We paid for them, right? And the thing is, in the post-production, it was a very complicated post-production, and it's true, as Danny was saying, we felt that Amazon was, the Prime Video was always there. We always had, the visual effects team very on top of us, helping us through the process, when we actually did come stuck or something. So it was a very good post-production process as well.
Yeah, and MJ, I'd love to hear your opinion on this as well, how you collaborated in this area.
I mean, absolutely what they say. I mean, it's a question of trust. And when you work with the best to do that, you have tell them to do this film. You have to trust them. And they are always giving us the reasons to trust, because they do their work so well. And it's what I said at the beginning. We are here just to give them the tools they need. So it has been an incredible journey, complicated. We have suffered in some scenes with some things, but at the end, it's incredible. The quality of the VFX, the quality of the production you are going to watch and see on awareness is incredible.
Some of the things you've suffered with, I mean, problems are always part of filmmaking, but, what do you do? Do you stay close? Do you try and solve them as quickly as possible? I mean, how do you overcome these issues, normal issues of filmmaking?
I will say that we stay close and we try to solve it, and that we give you the time and the tools you need, but that's my perspective. I don't want to.
Look, I mean, to be honest, I mean, this is about, again, knowing what the expectations are. Once they say they are fully committed, I mean, they know that if you want to step in this kind of genre, you need to meet certain expectations. You cannot just stay halfway or a quarter way. I mean, you need to go all the way till it's perfect, because otherwise you're dead. I mean, this is not a small indie film with two characters in a room. I mean, it implies a lot of tools and a lot of skills of a lot of people. Either you put them there or don't do it. And that's when they say, okay, we're full in, go do it.
Right, so that thing about collaborating very closely, but yet having that creative freedom as well to let the guys make their movie. Okay, we're going to come to audience questions in a few minutes, but I want to ask you, Mark, the film will clearly stand out for its ambition. It's a big, big film, big story. for the level of production, and its potential to appeal to a global audience as well. Now, when you were setting out, and I'll ask you this too, Daniel, when you were setting out to make the film, was that global appeal something that you had in the back of your mind? Was it something that Amazon Spain were asking you to do, or was it just a result of the story you wanted to tell?
I think we were always on the same page from day one. I mean, we wanted to make the same film that the Prime Video wanted to make, so we were definitely on the same page there. Yeah, basically yes. I mean, you know, we wanted to make a film that was global, that had an appeal to a global audience, you know, that had a very high production value, which is exactly what we produced, and I think so, right?
Great, yeah. And MJ, you spoke about the storytelling just organically coming from where it is, so I suppose that's all built into it, isn't it? They're telling the story and it will just have a wide appeal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so if anybody has any questions, yes. Do we have a microphone? Yeah, lady at the front here.
Yeah, it's working. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's working. Good morning, colleagues. A question. I make a production. Everything happens in Spain, so the Spanish language is the main, and big Spanish star, for example, Diego Luna on the board. But there is two countries, one from Europe and another Arabian country. How it fits for you? You know, it's a question to Maria, most of all, for Amazon Prime. Co-production, is it okay with the integration of the other countries and other languages? But it's not the main. The main is story that happens in Spain. Thank you.
So I think that there are two types of answers to your question. The first one is the different sets of different countries, different language inside a story. That's great. I mean, we don't have any problem about that. I mean, we don't need to be, it's like, it has to be appealing to the Spanish audience for sure. But if it's a story that happens in Spain and happens in, I don't know, France or whatever, perfect, just tell us the story. If we love the story, the characters, that's incredible. And then if we go just for co-production with different territories, different streamers, different broadcasters, the good thing we have in Prime Video, as I told you before, is the flexibility. So from local original, it should be just local originals, Amazon Studios Prime Video production, but we have the option of make a co-production acquisition with the other part of our team, that is the acquisition team. So we can always think about that possibility too.
Thank you. Anybody? Yes, lady at the back.
Hello. Thank you so much for the talk. My question also for the Maria Jose. Yeah, so kind of similar with her question is because is that a really requirement for Spanish director, or it can be also Chinese director? But my story is mainly happening in Spain, and I want to do the full production actually in Spain. But and also, of course, cooperate with Spanish and international languages with this team. How do you think about this works made possible with Prime Video or not? Thank you so much.
We will love to learn about and discover great Chinese directors, to be honest. So at the end, I'm always say the same. It's a question of the story you want to tell. So and we will build it together. One of the good things that we do during the development phase is that we work together, the producers and the creators with us, to create the best atmosphere to produce the film. So if the best for the film is a Chinese director, great. If we think that that it's important to have a Spanish director or a co-direction with a Chinese, and we will work together to find the best option for the project.
Over here at the front. Coming.
Thank you so much for this. It's so inspiring. Quick question. Are you also interested in series? Obviously, Spanish stories told, but again, for global co-productions.
We are also interested in series. the thing is, for us, to be honest, from local original Spain, our main goal is to produce here, to produce with our creators. But we are always open to explore different options.
Thank you. Yes, the lady here.
Hello, I also want to thank you for a very interesting conversation. And my question is, if you only take co-produce and make the project, or you also can be interested in a ready product, like we made in Mallorca, and it's already done, but we can of course like fix it for the idea of the stream, but it's already a done project. So if you're interested in such projects,
from the local original side, no, we just produce with you. We start from the very beginning. We develop the idea, so not from the local original part of Prime Video, but for the acquisition part of Prime Video, yeah, we are always willing to find good projects and good stories to have to our customers.
Thank you. Yes, the lady at the front here. Microphone's coming. Here we go.
Thank you for an insightful panel. You talked about how there's a lot of connection between the Spanish team and the Latin American team. For projects that are set mainly in Latin America or Mexico that can still potentially resonate with the Spanish audience, is that more of your approach, your team, or primarily the Latin American team, and then sort of there is an internal connection? Thank you.
In those type of cases, the best approach is go to the country where the main core of the action takes place. And in that case, it will be much better Mexico, and then they will come to us.
Okay, do we have any more questions? We have the lady. I'll come back to you. You've asked, but okay, just in one moment. We've got the gentleman here. Yes.
Yeah, just a very quick question. You know, there's obviously been one of the biggest hits coming from Spain on streaming was La Casa de Papel, which probably everyone knows. And my question is very simple. Is there any ambition with Prime Video Spain to create something like that, or maybe perhaps something better?
I will say yes. I mean, I think that's the ambition of everyone, not the streamer, but everyone here. So, yeah, why not?
You're open-minded. All right. Yes, the lady over here.
Thank you very much. My question is also again for MJ. Sorry to the other speakers. You touched earlier in the discussion about deciding titles for theatrical release, and I was just wondering about what criteria you guys look for when you decide to release a title theatrically, and alternatively, if I may follow up with that, how are the cinema operators in Spain reacting when you go for a straight-to-streaming release and forego a theatrical one?
The thing with us is, and I'm going again to the flexibility that all the possibilities we have from different type of deals in Prime Video, is that the first thing is what the movie and the creator wants. So the first thing is the approach from the creator. So if the producers, the creators want to make a film that has the normal theatrical release, and that's fine. That comes from, then we have the opportunity and the possibility of building our part with that. And the other part, for example, if the creator and the producer comes directly to a local original movie, we have that other option. So that from the very beginning, from the idea, the creator and the need of the producer, that's the first step we make the decision. So, and then we have, for example, I mean, we have different type of examples. We have En los Márgenes, Padre no hay más que uno, all those type of films that have passed through the normal theatrical releases and windows. And then we have local original movies. From the local original movie side, we are starting to think about this. So we haven't done any theatrical release at this moment yet. So we are starting to think about, and it will be in a way exactly the same, thinking about what is best for the movie, what is best for the customer. So it's something that we are building at this moment from the local original side.
Thank you, and don't forget this is your chance to ask the filmmakers questions too about their experiences. I'll just come back to Madam at the front in white, and I'll come to you next, sir.
so much. Yes, and questions to all colleagues. 2, are you supporting the project on development stage? It's the number 1. And the second, if it's a film or series, what is your budget? And also just like some borders with which you're working. Thank you.
That's for me again. Oh, okay. Okay, we are supporting from the development stage from the very beginning. We work with them. From the budget, as they say, we are not in the game of volume, and we are on the game of quality. We don't have a number of budget. I mean, we don't have this is a movie of action. It has to cost X. No, it's what is the movie you want to do? This one, how much this movie costs? This, let's go for it.
Well, that's what exactly happened with this film. I mean, you know, we pitched the project to Prime Video, wrote the script. We had an estimation of what we thought it was going to cost, and it actually came out to more than we anticipated. And there wasn't a problem at all with Prime Video in that respect. So.
Are you supporting the project on development stage? Others? Are you investing on development period? In a script, if you like the story, for example, you read the treatment, you believe in the story, are you invest in this?
Yeah, in this case, I mean, it was Prime Video that actually developed the project. I mean, we in conjunction with us, so it was fully financed from the beginning. Us as a production company, yes, we do develop outside of streamers, yes.
Okay, thank you. Gentleman at the front had a question.
First of all, thank you for sharing this material, but looks great. And you were talking about finding the common ground with expectations regarding to Prime. Where do you start that discussion, and what is included, like how to find that common ground?
Well, obviously when you write a script, there are certain things that are understandable to anyone that reads and knows what you're talking about. I mean, in terms of concept, when it comes to breaking it down and fully understand what this implies in terms of budget or weeks of shooting, or what the breakdown is in terms of limitations you might have, that's when you start to find out a common ground. I mean, it's not about I don't think in this case it was never about the concept. It was more about what you can really do with the time you have and with the money you have and the expectations you want to meet. So in that sense, I mean, trying to convey a global opinion from their side, from our side, in terms of this is what we want, this is what we can do, or this is what we cannot do. So let's find the best creative balance out of all of this, which in this case, from the producer side of Federation and myself, that I'm also a producer, I think that knowing very well what the money can buy in terms of execution helps you find the creative mid-ground to be able to achieve what you want to do. But as we said at the beginning, I mean, don't fight in a game you cannot fight for. Either you do it properly or change it creatively. And for us, being involved as producers and myself as a director and the writer, I mean, it's always easy to adjust, and find another solution to the limitation we might have, which were very little in this case because we were fully supported. But obviously you have challenges you have to find solutions to.
Thank you. We've got time for a few more questions. Anybody? Okay, you're raising your hand. Who do we have? The lady behind you. Another question.
Yes, this is for the producer and filmmaker team. Is there anything in particular that you can point to as to why you wanted to work with Prime Video over some of the other streamers that have set up shop in Spain, Netflix, Disney? Was there anything in particular that really stood out to you as to why you wanted to work with them?
We have worked with other streamers, and it just organically this project felt it had to go with Prime Video. It was an organic thing. I mean, we had been discussing other projects with them, and the scope of this project and the vision both parties had on the project just made a perfect fit.
Thank you. Guys, just tell us, I didn't ask you this, where did you shoot and where did the effects work take place?
Well, we shot basically in Spain, a few places, you know, Madrid, the outskirts, I mean, in the Delta del Ebro, which is the Catalan coast also. And, well, we were a bit spread throughout the country, a little bit. For the visual effects, you know, a movie with this complexity of visual effects, you need to find again the right visual effects company for each set of visual effects. So this means that you don't go for one. I mean, in this case, I don't know, I think we were like 18 or 19 different visual effects company which are specific to every particular, you know, effect you want to do. I mean, one of them, they do good CG, but they do not good physical removals, they do bullets. I mean, it's kind of spread out. And the challenge was how to coordinate all of this because our time window for post-production was not very long, you know, so we had to really make a, you know, a big effort in coordinating all these 19 different companies, spreading the materials, you know, I mean, it's quite a bit of a pipeline process. But yeah, I mean, we came to a spot where we're really comfortable with.
By the way, when is awareness going to, when do we get to see it? Soon?
Soon.
That's what we can say? Soon.
No,
okay.
By the end of this year.
By the end of this year, all right. I think we've got time for maybe one more question if anybody wants to ask. Now's your chance. Anybody? Lady at the front here. One more from you.
Thank you. So my question is, Maria Jose, do you partner filmmakers or producers, writer-producers with production companies? I mean, obviously Mark is a superstar, and he's had vast experience, but if someone comes to you with a project, were you thinking that, or does a producer have to come directly to you?
No, I mean, as I have said from the beginning, everything starts with the idea. So if a creator comes with an idea, and the idea it's worth it, we will. It doesn't matter if it has a big production company attached. We will find the best partner for that idea. If it comes directly with an incredible producer as Federation is, perfect. But we are searching for the best ideas.
Great. And let's take the last question from you at the front again.
For another chance. What are the, sort of to build up upon this question, what are the personal qualities that you look in filmmakers before you co-produce with them or before you co-develop or co-create anything? What are the, you know, okay, a portfolio, it's okay if there's no big production, but what are the personal things that you're looking for in the person?
If we are talking about personal thing, passion. I mean, when you get a pitch from a creator, you know, you feel that this is a story they have to. And from a personal thing, that's passion.
Great. And MJ, I just want to close. Did you want to have any thoughts and just a few words in closing, just to leave with all our guests here about working with Amazon Spain?
I will love to say thanks to the producers and the creators that work together with us, because it's all about them. So for us, just for me, the most important thing is thanks to them.
And on that note, thanks MJ, Mark and Daniel, and thank you to all of you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.